Hey yo, what up though? Welcome to the Living Purpose Podcast. We are the Fantastic Foes. Well, we are three-fourths of the Fantastic Foes. As you can tell, we still have our brother Demont, who is with his family, and they're still working through some things. So we want to make sure we give them the respect and the time that they need to go through this trying period that they're going through. So, once again, Demont and the Pope family, man, we love you. We appreciate you. You're in our prayers. And, we're praying that, you get through this whole situation as best you can. So, with that being said, uh, I don't know where he is on the screen for y'all, but below me, we got Cornelius Shackelford, aka also known as I like to call him the mad scientist, but Demont likes to call him Cornelius the CEO, right? And then of course we got my bro up here to I think it's my left. Over here might be your right. I don't know, but that's my guy Logan Taylor, Mr. Why Be Normal When You Can Be Extraordinary, right? And then you got me. They call me B Rad, Brad Butler the second. Don't even worry about that. We're gonna go ahead and get into this thing. So listen, we're gonna do a quick check-in, right? We're just gonna see how everybody's doing. We're gonna go around the round table real quick. So we're gonna go to Lo. We're gonna go to you first. Lo, how you doing this week?
Man, I'm doing well, bro. I'm still feeling the same, man. Like 8, 9, Teflon, like that's how I'm feeling. Um, I was a little discouraged earlier this morning, you know what I'm saying, because I was dealing with some stuff. But outside of that, bro, like it's life, it happens, you know what I'm saying. And it was out of my control, um, and so it is what it is. But it's all love. I'm just grateful for the opportunities, and man, we here. So I'm grateful, man.
Listen, that's good enough for me. All right.
Corn, what about you?
Hey, Shaq, what's going on with you, man? How's your week?
Man, it's been tiring. It's exhausting, but it's been good, man. Just running around. I had talked to one of my partners earlier, and he was like, "Man, how'd it go yesterday?" And I was like, "What happened yesterday?" He's like, "Didn't you speak at your high school?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it went good." But that's how fast life moving right now. I can't even remember what I did yesterday. So, man, just moving, trying to stay, present, right? So tired, but staying present.
Mm. So let's see. With me, I'm all right. I definitely was tested uh this week, or I say coming into this week. Um, I had a speaking engagement that I did, and there's just some things I learned. Some growing pains and stuff. That's just like, oh man, there's always more for me to learn. When it comes to the industry, when it comes to your audience, when it comes to the demographic and everything like that. So just when you think you've learned, enough where you're like, okay, I'm good for a while, something pops up and you're like, oh wow, okay, I didn't know that. Either I didn't know that about myself, or I didn't know that about my business, where there is a blind spot, or I didn't know that I needed help in this area. So for the most part, good, good to go. Can't really complain. Um, Shoot, not when I think about it, really isn't much, going on there. I was like, oh, I feel bad or anything like that. Emotionally, I'm good. Spiritually, I'm pretty good. Physically, I'm pretty good. My wife actually brought it to my attention that she was like, for the last like 4 or 5 months, you just been running, like you just kind of been going, like you have not really rested. And I was like, oh wow, okay, I need to, make that, my business to actually, rest, and real rest, not, that fake rest where you say you're gonna rest, but you really don't. Like you still, sending emails, or you still, answering phone calls, or taking quick meetings, or taking quick phone calls and stuff like that. That's not rest. So yeah, gotta definitely make sure that we taking care of ourselves properly. So yeah, all in all, I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good on the most part. So something was on my mind, just this week, and there's a lot of, we're in the Speakers Academy, and we have people who reach out to us who have questions and things like that. And I remember a question that I was asked before. Somebody was talking about opportunities, right? When opportunities come, some people are actually scared of the opportunity when it comes, like almost like they're scared of success, that type of thing, or they don't feel like they know how to prepare properly, or they try to over prepare, try to be perfect. Um, so I want to talk about seizing the opportunity, right? Like taking full advantage of the opportunities that come your way, because whether people realize it or not, you're never going to be ready. Like you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to have all the answers. You just got to go out there and do the work. So I've told a number of different people a couple of times when they ask for help when it comes to speaking and just different things in general, is like, hey, hell, can you help me with this? And normally when somebody wants some help, the way for you to actually be able to help them, or the best way for you to help them, is for you to actually take a look at some of the work that they've already done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I asked you, hey, have you done any speaking engagements? Do you have any videos? Or let me see what you wrote, for your book, or whatever the case may be, and you have nothing for me to look at, nothing for me to critique, then I don't have anything to work from. So I would much rather, I promise you, I'd rather you go out and not have had the best experience, not have done your best work, for me to be able to look at it and tell you what you could do better, than for you to have done absolutely nothing and I have no idea what I'm dealing with. Right? So people do that whole thing where like, oh, I don't have anything at all. It's like, well, just get out there and take advantage of the opportunities that you have. There's some people who actually have opportunities that's just sitting right there in their lap, and they're just not taking advantage of it. And then you have others who are just not seeking the opportunities. So it's like you got to go out there and actually seek some opportunities, and then when you seek the opportunities, you get them. You got to take full advantage of them. So can y'all talk to me, or just help me, with a situation that you dealt with, when there was an opportunity that came up where you seized the opportunity, like you took full advantage of it, or there was an opportunity that came up and you didn't quite, take full advantage of it the way you would have liked. So, Shaq, what's up? You got something for me?
Yeah, man. It's a lot that comes to mind when you talk about opportunities that you could have seized, or opportunities that you felt like you stood up and rose to the challenge. But I mean, it's when I first started, my journey in speaking, man. I really wasn't trying to speak, right? I was a trainer, right? And I just so happened to be training principals and teachers sometimes, and be like, hey, I think you should come in, and I think it would be awesome if you came in and spoke to my students. I think they would be really receptive to you. And it turned out to be an opportunity that I didn't know I was looking for. Matter of fact, I wasn't looking for it, but it was like one of those. I always just say, yeah, man. I always be trying to just over deliver and add value. So a lot of times people feel like we can add value to spaces, and we try to downplay it, or we can't be receptive of a compliment, and sometimes that's an opportunity. And so, I think the best thing I did, for the transition of my career, was accept those opportunities. And a lot of times I had no clue what I was going to say. I would go in and say, hey, what do you need from me? And I listen. And then they tell me, the pain points that they was having. This is what, I feel like that we need as a school. And then I just go in there and pull from different instances of my life and try to tie it in and bring it home for what they needed. And a lot of times, we don't take advantage of those because we're uncomfortable. I mean, that made me extremely uncomfortable. I just felt like that if they felt like I can add value, I'm gonna go in here and try my best to add value. And so that was a time where was a couple times where I stood up and took advantage of an opportunity, and it turned out to be the beginning of another career, right? So, I mean, I think that if you truly are trying to get better in life in whatever facet it is, I mean, when somebody presents you an opportunity, just try your best to add value, right? Just get in there and give it your all, and just just let that be who you are. someone who just gives your best and tries your best to add value to any situation.
I like that. I think for me, man, I think you gotta. I think you really need to have, like you really need to have a belief in yourself, right? Like before you start to take advantage of opportunities and have chances and all of those different things. Like I really think you need to have a belief in yourself. I know for me, it was more so of like believing that I can achieve, you know what I'm saying, these things that I'm achieving now. Um, and just going out there, bro. Like, you know, bro, I was willing to be embarrassed. I was willing to be talked about and not tell my side of the story. I was willing to have people tell me no, like, bro, like I just want I really want people to understand, like, bro, like you really gotta like you gotta have tough skin to be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I can remember, you know, Brad was talking about, he was just saying like, you know, people taking advantage of the opportunities and stuff like that. And it's just like, bro, like people they want it to fall out the sky. And it's like, oh, because I said I want to be a speaker, it's like people supposed to be beating down my door. And it's not gonna happen. It don't work like that. Right. And I just think that, you know, people gotta understand, like, yo, like you gotta take advantage of the opportunity. Specifically with where you're at or whatever level or whatever chapter you are in your life, like you got to take advantage, and you have to take advantage of that opportunity in that season that you're in. And you know, I'm gonna tell you, bro, what really grinds my gears is like when somebody hits me up and they ask for some advice or they ask for some coaching and then they don't implement it. They be like, oh, low, like, so tell me, how did you get, you know, how did you get XYZ schools? Like, how did you get so many this month? Well, this is what I did. I did X, Y, and Z. So that's all I got to do? Yeah, that's all you got to do, bro. No, it's got to be more. Like, why are you questioning it for? Like, I'm telling you, you're asking me, right? Like, I tell people all the time, like, I'm always getting hit up with people, you know, asking me about the program and all that type of stuff. And I tell people, like, the program works if you work it. Right? Like, I really need people to, like, really listen to what I'm saying. Like, the program works if you work it. And that's with anything in life. Right? Like Corn said, yo, I wasn't even trying to be a speaker, bro, but I was training teachers and principals and administrators and educators, right? And they was like, oh, listen, I have some scholars or I have some students that I feel like your story would really impact their life and it would really add some value. Right? Like let's like think about that. Like he wasn't trying to be a speaker. And there's some people out there, you trying to be a keynote speaker, you trying to be a workshop speaker, you trying to be a financial literacy coach, you trying to be Brad Butler, you trying to be the next CEO, you trying to be DeMont Pope, you trying to be YB Normal, you trying to be a curriculum specialist. And it's like, bro, why are you trying to do all of these different things and you ain't even honed in or mastered the one thing that you got first? So I think, you know, you got to really understand, like, it's got to be a belief, bro. Like, you got to believe in yourself and you got to start taking advantage of the opportunities that you have with whatever season that you in. B.
No, that's a fact. I'm trying to think of like a situation that I dealt with where it's like, okay, I don't feel like I fully seized the opportunity when someone gave me an opportunity to speak. So, you know what? you know, I will. There was an opportunity that actually happened where I was brought in to speak, and I did not do my due diligence to get all the information about the audience and like who would be there and what type of emotions or feelings they wanted me to leave the audience with. So after it was over, I did the presentation, and after it was over, I left feeling like, ah, shoot, I I didn't I didn't get that presentation the way that I should have. Like I didn't dominate it the way I should have. Like I didn't hit all the pain points, the key points the way that I should have. I didn't leave it on the note that I wanted to, because it was my fault because I didn't ask enough questions. Um, so that was and I stewed in that. Like, dang, man, that was my fault. Like, and I had people, talk to me afterwards, like, love the presentation, but the delivery wasn't necessarily what we were looking for. And I'm like, ah, dang, like that's not their fault. That's my fault. Like, I should have done more on my end as far as asking questions. And you got to be careful with stuff like that because you might get an opportunity, and if you're not paying attention, if you're not taking it seriously, if you're not doing your due diligence, like you might have that opportunity and that's it. Like you may never get another opportunity to work with that company, that school, because they might look at it as you weren't being professional. Like you weren't doing all that you were supposed to do to make sure that you presented your best self. And then there are others who are maybe more forgiving, where they're like, okay, well, listen, we understand that things happen, made a mistake, whatever. Hey, let's try it again. Let's come in. You give you another opportunity to come in. Now you mess up twice, then, bro, you already know it's probably done up after that. But I'm just saying, if you're able to go back, or somebody gives you enough grace to go back and fix your mistakes, and you definitely better make sure that you over deliver on the next one, like for real. So I always had that in the back of my mind. It's like, oh man, if I work with them again, if I work with this company again, this school again, and that happens, that I would make sure that, okay, I'm cognizant, I'm focused, I'm locked in, I'm asking the right questions, so that I'll make sure that I'm delivering and taking full advantage of the opportunity the way that I should. Because I honestly feel like, shoot, they don't have to give me an opportunity, and I should be making sure that I'm doing the best that I can to deliver. Because you have, it's not about what I said, it's about what the audience heard. So I got to make sure that I'm delivering the information in a way that they can receive, that it's digestible. Like I actually, it's funny because I was listening to Inky Johnson's modules, and when I was listening to it, I was like, dang, I was like, yo, these modules right here from Inky, these is baked potatoes, bruh. Like they digestible, but they heavy. Like, so I was like, oh, bro, like I gotta definitely hit up Inky and let him know, like, bro, what was you doing, bro? Like, it's not even super long. Like the modules aren't even super long, but it's so heavy. Like he's hitting all these points. I'm like, God dang, like he was in his bag with this. But yeah, that was a situation that I dealt with where I was like, oh, bro, I don't feel like I necessarily did my best work, but I knew I was capable of more. But it's just a learning process, a learning situation where you go into the next opportunity that you have that much more focused, that much more locked in.
You want me to tell you something crazy, B? I feel like
Now,
that. I feel like that
yeah, go
every
ahead.
time. Like every time I get done, I feel like, bro, I could have done better. That probably was my best work. Like every time I get off a stage, like, and not even just speaking, bro. Like I feel like that even when I was training, like I get done and be like, man, I probably could have, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always like reevaluating, my performance. I'm always, I always feel like I could have gave more. I could have did something different. And people, usually come and be like, man, that was phenomenal, man. It was great. I loved it. And all along I'm thinking about that one little punchline that I didn't deliver right. Or, that time I stuttered, or, my Invisalign kind of stopped me from pronouncing this word, the way that I wanted it. Like I'm always evaluating. And that's kind of like the thing that allows us to continue to demand perfection out of ourselves and continue to make ourselves better, right? It's our job as fathers and husbands to continue to strive and make a better life for our family. So I think we evaluate ourselves that hard because the responsibility is heavy, right? Like we genuinely want to serve people. We
Oh yeah,
genuinely want to
absolutely.
like give our best effort every time. So I don't think that's like necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, bro, even when other people think I did amazing, I'm still like, man, you that's because you don't really know how I was supposed to go. right. Right. But I think
Right, right.
that's the thing that really kind of helps us, become better versions of ourselves, bro. I think that's a good thing.
Hey, B, let me ask you a question, bro. So I was listening to you say that there was a time where you messed up. Was there ever a time where you messed up and then you got the opportunity to redeem yourself?
Um, luckily for me, I've had many opportunities to go back and work with schools and companies that I worked with before. So just like what Shaq said, where like there were times where people said, "Oh, great, great presentation, you did a great job." But me, to myself, I'm just like, "God, boy, that I didn't." I listen. I ain't even. I messed up my own quote up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I messed up my clothes or whatever the case may be. And they're like, no, great presentation. Like you did this and the other. But I know me, I know myself, and I know what I'm capable of. And I feel like, man, I haven't worked that hard, on my presentations and my speaking ability for me to hit the main stage and then get the stuttering and stumbling and fumbling over the quotes that I done created. Right. Or like, or not, transitioning properly or connecting the, to the theme with the pain points properly. And y'all already know of everybody, we're around, like I'm the one who's like, I'm sick with it. I'm listening to the cadence, I'm listening to the tone of people's voices, I'm listening to how they transition, how creative are they with this, that, and the other, how are they tying this in, what methods are they using? Are you using the sandwich method? Like, are you using the haymaker method? Like I'm listening to all that stuff and I'm breaking it down. I'm like, ooh, okay, wait, how could I? Yeah. So when I start going back and listening to my own videos, oh, I'm my worst critic. Oh, I'm my worst critic. So if I have the opportunity to go back and speak at a place again, oh, I'm coming back trying to fire on all cylinders. I've already thought about, what I did incorrectly the last time, and I'm coming back and I'm like, okay, well, we definitely gonna get this right this time. We definitely gonna work on this. We definitely gonna work on that. And it's gonna be better. But yeah, I've definitely had opportunities, to go back and kind of make amends or, do better, in my own eyes. I've spoken at Mercer County Community College many times. With me being an alum, they've brought me back a number of different times. King University, I've been there a few times with me being an alum. I got to go speak there tomorrow. Shoot. Like it's been a number of different times. The Smith Family Foundation has brought me back in a couple different times. I did, a couple sessions with Foundation Academy, like just a bunch of different opportunities that have come up, and I've been blessed to be able to go back and kind of right some wrongs that I have seen in my own eyes. So yeah, I've done it, and I've been able to kind of make amends for it.
Corn, what about you?
Yeah, man. It's been a lot of times where I feel like I didn't give my best effort and got a chance to go back and redeem myself. But yeah, all in all, I mean those are blessings because you don't always get those chances. You don't get those opportunities, but yeah, it's always a blessing when you can go back and kind of show that wasn't your best your best foot forward, but you never want to be in that position. So I always want to prepare to where you ain't gotta feel that way when you leave. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't feel like you robbed them. So definitely preparation is key.
Oh, for sure. Like I know for me, bro, there's been moments and times, bro, where like I messed up, bro, or I forgot something, and I'm like, yo, dang, bro, I could have done a lot better, or I wish I would have transitioned and said this. And I've been on both ends of the spectrum where I've had repeat clients where where I messed up maybe that first time. You know what I'm saying? That man said, "Chill." He's so funny. Where I messed up, you know what I'm saying? And then they brought me back because they were just like, Logan, like the people loved your presentation. and I was just like, yo, I'm being hard on myself. And bro, it took Brad, I think like our first month of like getting to know each other, it took Brad to be like, bro, it's okay for you, it's okay for you to mess up. And I was like, yeah, but still, he was like, bro, like, it's cool. Like, bro, you mess up, it's all right, you human. Like, it's all right, bro. And I remember him saying that to me. And like every time, I get on stage to speak, I'm like, Logan, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because if I mess up, don't nobody know but me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And what gives it away sometimes for me is that sometimes, bro, I wear my emotions on my face. So when I say something and I'm like, bro, why I shouldn't have done that. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in Salt Lake City and bro, I completely chopped up a quote, like completely chopped it up. And I was like, ooh, forgive me, y'all. Like, let me go back and redo this. And everybody started laughing, but I was just like, yo, sorry about that. But yeah, man, I just think that that's important, bro. Like people need to know, like, it ain't all sweet like you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the back end stuff, like we put a lot of work in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Brad called me the other day to tell me what he did for the first quarter, and I was like, oh, bro, like I'm super proud of you. I was like, bro, that's what you did. He was like, man, I was like, oh, bro, well, this is what I did, and it wasn't far off from what he did, and bro, I just think that again, bro, like if you work it, you know what I'm saying? If you work the system, bro, if you work the plan, it'll work, and that's a testament to that. And I just think that that's important, man. But let me see what else, man. I got a lot of stuff, bro. Like I got a lot of stuff on my mind that I want us to talk about, but I really want Demont to be here. But shout out to Demont, bro, and send our love and our condolences to you, bro, and the family, man. Like we miss you. Miss you, Miss Nikki, miss the whole squad. And just again, man, send our condolences and send out prayers to, to Demont and his family. So next thing, man, what has been what's a pet peeve of yours when you speaking? Like you like, yo, like please don't do that.
Go on, Ray.
All right, should I go first?
Whoever, it don't
All
matter.
right,
Yeah. Listen, I'm throwing the oop. Whoever want to catch it,
bruh. Don't cut me off.
Don't
cut me off when I'm speaking. Like, and mind you, I haven't really experienced. It's not even one of those things where like it happens like all the time or anything like that, or it's happened a lot, or that it might have only happened once in my life. And it's just like, okay, kids I can understand, but adults, you have to understand that I'm a professional, and if you're a professional, that don't cut me off. Like I understand it might be something going on, and like unless it's an emergency and this place is burning to the ground, do not cut me off, right? Don't like just let if you got something to say, wait till the end. Wait till I'm done with the presentation. That's about it. Most stuff I really don't really bother me. Like I said, if there's kids in the audience, kids are gonna be kids. My job, as a presenter is to entertain them and also educate them. So they call it edutainment. So that's my job. I'm supposed to do that with the kids, make sure that they're entertained and educated at the same time. But adults, y'all know better. Adults know better. So yeah, that's probably my main one. That's it.
I got it. Corn, what about you?
Man, for me, it's just kids cutting up, want to be clowns. Like, like you know what I mean? Like they I mean, they gonna do what they do, but it's also a testament, like, especially like at the beginning. Like at the beginning, like now we trying to connect, we trying to get to know each other. So usually it just means that, we hadn't connected enough yet. Yeah. And usually like after we connect and, I connect, with their hearts, I don't really have no more after that. But at the very beginning, when you just want to be a clown, you just get in there and you feel like you got to cut up a little bit. I get it because, you know what I'm saying, I used to be a kid, but that's like one of my pet peeves. Like when you start trying to cut up like right when the presentation started, it's like, come on, bro. Like we doing that right now. Like we just got started. Let's wait to the end and start cutting up.
Right. Man, I know for me, bro, it's like the disrespect. Like I remember I was in where was we at? We was in New Jersey. Brad was with me. We was in New Jersey, bro. And we was in New Jersey, and a kid told me like, "Hey, don't talk to me." I was like, "Wait, what?" He was like, "Hey, don't talk to me." I was like, "What? Like, bro, like, hold on. Like, first of all, I'm getting paid to be here. First of all, second of all, bro, please don't try me in front of these people because I'm the wrong person for you to try. Like, please don't. I really had to reframe myself because I gave him that look to let him know, like, bro, I am nothing to be played with. And he said something like students were asking questions and stuff, and giving some insight about, how they can, change the climate and the culture of the school, the campus grounds. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, hey, what about you, man? He was talking, and I was like, yo, like, come on, man, like, let's give these people the respect that they deserve. He looked at me and was like, yeah, whatever. Like, hey, bro, don't talk to me. I'm like, bro, who you think you talking to? I had to stop for a second. Don't talk to you. Yeah, all right, whatever. Anyways, like I was saying, you heard what I said. Then I had to go back and then I had to go back and was like, I'm sorry, go ahead. What were you saying? And then when I did that and checked him, bro, he ain't had nothing to say. And I'm like, bro, what's up with that? Like, come on, man. Like, what's the issue? So for me, it's just like it's the disrespect. Like, don't be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm respectful to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be disrespectful to me. But yeah, man, like that's really it, bro. Like this episode was just chill, man. Like we ain't really have too much, you know what I'm saying? It was just chill. We just wanted to come on and show love to you all and, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. But yeah, we got any questions? Anybody got any questions or anything, man? What you got, Brad?
Nah, I ain't got nothing. I'm telling you that just don't cut me off. That's it. For the most part, don't cut me off. And then if you organizing the event or whatever, just make sure you got your stuff together. Like you like, you know what I mean? You planned it out properly and all that. You got all, like, everybody knows this is supposed to be happening this day and all that. Like, and we had me walking around looking foolish. Aren't I supposed to be on stage right now? Like, what's going on? Like, but things happen. I get it. But yeah, the main thing, just don't cut me off. I can deal with the kids who get disrespectful. Like, I can handle them. Like, that's fine. But yeah, that whole, y'all already know I got a bad memory. So that's like the main thing. It's like I got a bad memory, so you cut me off. I didn't forgot what I was saying. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, that's it, bro. I'm good. I ain't got nothing else. I know
like
this
Dory,
is.
Ain't it? Yeah.
But like Dory.
What'd he say? Yeah, bro. I listen. Call it what you want. I think that's why I'm always coming up with new content, because I forget the old stuff.
Man, somebody said
It is what it is,
super
bro.
hard. Somebody said they super hard on themselves. Let me show what he said. He said, I appreciate you guys. I caught the tail end, but this was very helpful, and I'm super hard on myself to the point that sometimes it holds me back. To hear you guys is motivating enough for me. Listen, man, K Noel, bro, man, thank you, bro, for coming on here, man, and just being vulnerable, bro, with us. We really appreciate that. But listen, bro, if we can do it, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see the ETs, the Jeremys, the Inkies, the Les Browns, the Tony Robbins. Like, we see all of these different people that have done it, so we know that it's possible, right? And as they go on to much bigger things on in their lives, right? There are opportunities for people like us, bro, to fill in that gap. And so, I know that, they say it's all about perspective, bro, when it comes to, being super hard on yourself and different things like that. And it's always an opportunity for you to get better. And so, for me, one of the things and what I do is, bro, I just I stay one in a spirit of gratitude and just grateful for the opportunities, you know what I'm saying? And give myself grace. I know for me and what that looks like when it comes to giving myself grace is that, I have to realize like, yo, nobody knows that you messed up, Logan, unless you say something or unless you express it or whatever. And so what I would suggest is to, just give yourself grace, bruh, and understand like, yo, I'm human just like everybody else. And so just really understanding that and processing through that and looking through that and going through that and know that your feelings are valid. But don't be so hard on yourself that you forget or that you mess up the opportunity that's been given to you, right? That you mismanage the opportunity. So that's what I would say. Corn, Brad, what y'all got? Y'all got anything?
Yeah, man. Man, I just say stay locked in, bro. Cause like, like he said, like, yo, our mentors, the people that juggernauts in the industry, they are moving on to bigger gigs, and now the spaces that they occupied can no longer afford to pay their new price. So it provides an opportunity for guys like you and guys like us to move in and kind of serve and still be able to impact those students or impact those organizations. So man, just stay locked in and keep moving, man. Logan said something at the very beginning that I think that might be helpful to you, and he blazed over it. So I don't think a lot of people caught it, but he said, something happened earlier, but it was out of his control. So he was just like, I'm good. So I want to say to you, be careful how you respond to things that are out of your control, right? Logan responded just like he should. Like, man, that was out of my control. I can't do nothing about it. So I'm gonna move forward, right? So a lot of times that things happen that are out of our control, and we let it throw us off. We let it, set us back. We let it stop us from really moving forward on the next thing that we should be doing. Just be careful how you respond. Just respond, with grace and be like, bro, I couldn't control that. It came out of nowhere, but shoot, I know I'm supposed to do this next, and just go to the next thing. Go to the next day and start again. Right? It's gonna start happening for you, bro. If you keep applying pressure, it's gonna give. Right? You're gonna get those gigs, you're gonna get those opportunities. So just keep applying pressure, be consistent, and man, be careful how you respond to those things that you can't control.
B, what about you?
So that last part right there, that was solid. Be careful about the how you respond to things you can't control. That's a bar. Shoot, I think I might have needed that anyway. But I would say stay connected to your community. Like stay connected to the individuals who are your support system. You're not expected to know it all. You're expected to learn. And as the saying goes, when you know better, you do better. And that also applies to your emotional intelligence. Sometimes you beating yourself up, you banging your head against the wall, and you don't even realize you're not supposed to be treating yourself like that. There's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with what you did. It's like you can't control certain outcomes. Like you can't control outcomes, you can control effort. That's the only thing you can control. You can control the amount of effort that you put into a thing, but you can't control the results. I promise you, the results that I get and that we get and that other people get, we don't have no control over that. The only thing that we can do is do the work that would put us in a position where we could receive certain results. But we actually can't tell you or quantify, okay, if I do this, it's definitely going to lead to this. This is absolutely going to happen. Like, if I do this, this school is definitely going to book me. It's not guaranteed. Things happen. Life happens. So stop beating yourself up. I mean, like you're a gifted individual and you have the ability to do great things, but you'll get in your own way if you start saying to yourself that you're not capable of doing things because of this, that, or the other. Like the only thing you have to do is stay connected to the community that you have that supports you, and start using the gift that you've been given. And I promise you, opportunities will start to come for you. Matter of fact, opportunities will start to seek you, because once you start moving and and being in the right spaces, yeah, people are gonna see your value, and they're gonna be like, yo, we can use you for X, Y, and Z. And that's how the opportunities really start to roll in. Like when you're speaking, it's like, I'm not waiting for somebody to book me. I'm just gonna go start speaking, or I'm gonna offer my services to somebody for free and let them know just how good I am, or just how serious I am about my craft. And then it'll evolve into something more. So yeah, the biggest thing there is you gotta just put yourself in a situation where you give yourself some grace and some mercy that you actually deserve. Give yourself some time to master your skill set and get to where you need to be. That's it. Love, close us out, bro. You about to get me into some old
No, bro, I love it,
emotional
bro.
roller coaster stuff.
No, man, I love it, bro. Like, man, I just want, me, bro. I'm all about adding value, and I ain't finna let nobody outlove. I tell y'all all the time, like, ain't nobody finna outlove me. Y'all ain't finna outlove me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, like I've been in the position that he been in, right? Like, y'all know I'm hard on y'all know. Well, not now, but early on, like y'all knew, like, bro, I was hard on myself about a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff that I had to take on, bro, I had to take it on by myself because people didn't understand. Right? Like us being speakers, bro, like we can relate to a lot of the different things. So when Brad's having an issue, he can call me and I can relate to it. Right? When I'm having an issue, I can call Corn and Corn can relate to it. But I can't go and tell somebody off the street, like, oh man, listen, bro, I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z on how to prepare myself to talk to educators. They're gonna be like, what? They don't understand it. The language different, right? And so, bro, like I just want to add value, bro, and I just want to help. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think that it's important, man, because I was in his shoes at one point in time. But anyways, man, before I start going on a tangent, because y'all know I will. Listen, man, this is the Live in Purpose podcast, man. Live in purpose. Do you have a purpose? What is it? Can you live in it? Can you obtain it? What's the goal? Right? Who are you called to be? And so I want to challenge you all to live in your purpose this quarter. That's what I want to challenge y'all with. This quarter, I want you to live in your purpose. Listen, man, my brothers, my partners in crime, if you look over there to my right, maybe your left, you see that guy over there that says, hope is my superpower. Listen, that's my dog, my brother, Mr. Brad Butler. Not one, but two. Y'all feel what I'm saying? All right, Mr. Brad Butler the second, and my big dog at the bottom, bro. Hey, that's the big dog down there, bro. Hey, was the number one running back in the nation, bro. That guy right there with them dreads down there looking all husky and big down there. That guy with them tattoos and stuff. That's smiling. Y'all see him smiling? That guy. That's the next CEO, man, Mr. Cornelius Shackelford Sr. So that means he the big dog. Y'all feel what I'm saying? All right, and listen, man, we got to also shout out to our brother DeMont, Mr. Purpose Over Pointless Excuses. Yeah. My dog, man, I want to send my condolences, send our prayers and our love to you. And listen, man, I'm your boy. Y'all already know. Why be normal when you can be extraordinary? Logan Taylor, and we are the fantastic force. And listen, man, y'all tap in with us next week. And if y'all see us out and about, show love. And make sure y'all subscribe to the podcast, man, and check us out, see what we got going on. All right. We'll see y'all next week. Love y'all. Peace.